Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Creation, Chapter 19, The Appearance of Shukadev Goswami, Text 29. Sa Vishnu-ratta titaya agataya Tasmai saparyam shirasa jahara Tato nivritta hi abudha striyorbhaka Mahasane sopa vivesha pujitaha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation. Maharaj Parikshit, who is also known as Vishnu-ratta, one who is always protected by Vishnu, bowed his head to receive the chief guest, Shukadev Goswami. At that time, all the ignorant women and boys ceased following Srila Shukadeva. Receiving respect from all, Shukadev Goswami took his exalted seat. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. On Shukadev Goswami's arrival at the meeting, everyone except Srila Vyasadeva, Narada, and a few others stood up. And Maharaj Parikshit, who was glad to receive a great devotee of the Lord, bowed down before him with all the limbs of his body. Shukadev Goswami also exchanged the greetings and reception by embrace, shaking of hands, nodding, and bowing down, especially before his father and Narada Muni. Thus, he was offered the presidential seat at the meeting. When he was so received by the king and sages, the street boys and less intelligent women who followed him were struck with wonder and fear. So they retired from their frivolous activities, and everything was full of gravity and calm. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Sa Vishnu-ratta atitaya agataya. Agataya, one who has arrived. Sa Vishnu-ratta. Vishnu-ratta is a name of Maharaj Parikshit, the one who is protected by Lord Vishnu himself. We all know that when Maharaj Parikshit was in the womb of his mother Uttara, Ashwathama had released a Brahmastra to kill the baby within the womb. And at that time, the Supreme Lord Krishna himself entered within the womb of Uttara to protect the child. Therefore, Maharaj Parikshit is known as Vishnu-ratta, the one who was personally protected by the Lord himself. Sa Vishnu-ratta atithaya agataya. Atithi means one who comes without a tithi, one who comes without telling in advance. He is called Atithi. And here, who is the Atithi? Shukadev Goswami, the great devotee of the Lord. So, he became a guest of Maharaj Parikshit. And when he saw Agataya, when Shukadev Goswami, the great exalted guest, has arrived, what did Maharaj Parikshit do? Tasmai saparyam shirasa ajahara. Shirasa ajahara. He bowed down his head. Saparyam, with the whole body. He offered a full dandavat namaskara, obeisances, ajahara, to the great sage, Shukadev Goswami. Tato nivritta hi abudha striyorbhaka. And when everyone saw, there were certain frivolous women and boys who were actually following Shukadev Goswami. And at that time, when they all saw that Maharaj Parikshit, the emperor of the whole world, is offering dandavat namaskara to this personality, they all understood that this person is not an ordinary person. So, nivrittaha, they all went away. They all ceased to follow him. Abudha, the less intelligent, striyaha, women, and arbhakaha, the boys. Mahasane so sa upavivesha pujitaha. And after that, after receiving the obeisances from Maharaj Parikshit and all the other exalted personalities who were there, the great sage Shukadev Goswami, Mahasane sa upavivesha, he sat down on an exalted throne, on an exalted position, on an exalted seat, asana, and then pujitaha. Pujitaha, he was respected and honored by everyone present there. So that is the meaning of this verse. Recently, there's a video which is viral on the social media. This is about a woman who happened to be part of a team building activity in her company in Malaysia. And this Malaysian company is about health and beauty products. So they had organized a team building activity, probably for all their employees. And one of those activities was a ice bath challenge. For 10 minutes, all the team members should sit inside a container, a huge container, filled with ice cubes up to the neck. And everyone is trying, yes, you can do it, you can do it. Everyone is trying to, enthuse. Everyone is trying to encourage, yes, it's possible, you can do it, you can do it. So everybody with great difficulty, they are sitting, the whole body immersed within the ice cubes. And one of the women participants, she was shivering, trembling. Oh, it is not possible, it is not possible. She's saying like that, she's crying. And all others are saying, no, you can make it, you can make it. Like this. And somehow with great difficulty, she sustains the 10 minutes ordeal. And then she's almost like exhausted at the end of 10 minutes. Everybody brings her out of the bucket. And then her whole body is red. And she's almost like exhausted, swooning. That is her position. So a lot of people have commented, the netizens have commented on this. And they say, one of them commented, soaking in cold water for 10 minutes isn't success. And somebody said it is a nonsense thing. So the point is, today people are doing some crazy austerities. Austerity means putting the body and mind in some, difficult situation. Correct? Inconvenience. So they are doing such crazy austerities. But what is the benefit of this? Not just 10 minutes, even 24 hours if you are immersed into an ice bucket, you won't get any benefit other than health issues. Isn't it? But here, Maharaj Parikshit is doing something very interesting in this verse that we read today. That is also pertaining to the body. And by doing that, Maharaj Parikshit is teaching all the devotees what kind of an austerity a devotee must take. As soon as Shukadev Goswami arrived in the assembly, Maharaj Parikshit, who was the emperor of the whole world, without caring for his great position, what did he do? Saparyam Shirasajahara. With his entire body, he bowed down in front of Shukadev Goswami and offered his obeisances. Shirasajahara. He offered obeisances. Now this is austerity of the body. And by offering obeisances to the Lord or his pure representative like Shukadev Goswami, one advances in spiritual life. Just by offering obeisances to the Lord and the pure devotees of the Lord, one can make spiritual advancement. That is the significance of offering obeisances. We all offer prayers, even in this Bhagavatam class when we began, Narayanam Namaskritya we say. Namaskritya means I offer my obeisances. And then we said, Nama Om Vishnu-padaya. Nama means I offer my respectful obeisances to Srila Prabhupada. And then we also pray, Namo Mahavadanyaya. We offer our respectful obeisances to the great personality, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the most exalted, who is the most munificent of all incarnations. Mahavadanyaya. And then we also say, Namo Brahmanya Devaya. We offer obeisances to Krishna. Namo Govindaya Namo Namaha. Namo Namaha means Namaha Namaha. Again and again I offer my respectful obeisances. And in the Bhagavatam you see there are so many prayers by exalted personalities. Right? Nama Pankaja Netraya, Nama Pankaja Nabha. So like this, Kunti Devi is offering prayers. Namah Pankaja Nabhaya, Namah Pankaja Netraya, Namaste Pankajangraye. Isn't it? So Namaha, this word Namaha comes again and again. And we also chant these prayers every day. But what is the meaning of the word Namaha? That we have to understand. Srila Prabhupada writes in a letter, Na means negation and Ma means false ego or ahankara. Therefore, Namaha means surrendering. Another lecture, initiation lecture in Boston, December 26, 1969, Srila Prabhupada says, Namaha. Nama means surrender, to become submissive. Namanta eva. Namanta eva. That is the qualification. Namaha. When we utter this word Namaha, means I surrender. Anyone I say Namaskara, Namaskara means the surrendering process. I accept the surrendering process. So when we surrender to Krishna or his representative, so Prabhupada goes on. So Namaha means Na, Ma. Ma means me, that false ego. When we say Namaha, it means nothing is mine. Oh Lord, everything is yours. I also belong to you, therefore I am surrendering to you. This is the meaning of Namaha. Many times, ritually we say Namaha, Namaha. But what is the meaning behind it? What is the mood we should have when we are saying Namaha, when we are saying Namaste? We all use this as a greeting in India. Namaste. Namaskara, we say. Namaste. Namam asti. Nothing is mine. That is the mood when you say Namaste. Do we really mean it when we say to somebody Namaste? No, we simply ritually say it. But actually, we should know the spirit behind the practice that we are doing. So, the word Namaste, Namaha, means surrendering to the Lord, to the pure devotees. That is the meaning. Right? So, in the scriptures, it is said that one should offer Dandavat Namaskara. Dandavat. Danda means a rod, a stick. Dandavat means like a stick. As soon as you see the spiritual master, as soon as you see the Lord, as soon as you see an exalted sage, saintly person, immediately, like a stick, we should fall flat on the ground and offer obeisances. This is what Maharaj Parikshit did when Shukadev Goswami entered that assembly. So, this is also called Ashtanga Namaskara. With 8 body parts, we have to offer obeisances. Urasa, Shirasa, Drishtya, Manasa, Vachasa, Tatha, Padbhyam, Karabhyam, Karnabhyam, Pranamosti, Ashtanga Muchyate. This is called Ashtanga Pranama. What is that? Urasa, by the chest. Shirasa, by the head. Drishtya, with the eyes. Manasa, with our heart. Vachasa, by offering suitable prayers. That means we should not offer obeisances silent. We should actually chant certain appropriate prayers when we are offering obeisances. So vachasa, prayers are also one of the 8 limbs with which we have to offer dandavat namaskara. Padbhyam, with our feet. Karabhyam, with our hands. Karnabhyam, our ears. So pranama ashtanga muchyate. This is called sashtanga namaskara. With 8 body limbs we offer obeisances. This is also called dandavat namaskara. So offering obeisances is so integral part of our Krishna conscious practice. When we offer obeisances to the Lord, we are actually executing His orders that He has given in the Bhagavad Gita. There is only one instruction that Lord Krishna repeats twice in the Bhagavad Gita. One at the end of 9th chapter, and towards the end of the 18th chapter also, Lord Krishna says this. Which is that instruction? Yes. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Krishna says, think of me, become my devotee, worship me, and offer your obeisances unto me. Offer your respects unto me. So, offering obeisances is which of these 4? Mam namaskuru. Namaskuru. Offer your obeisances unto me. So when we are offering obeisances to the Lord, it is very pleasing to the Lord because we are executing the orders of Lord Krishna. He Himself is saying, Mam namaskuru. Offer your obeisances unto me. Many exalted devotees have offered their obeisances to the Lord. The great devotee in the Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, Maharaj Kulashekara, he has composed the Mukunda Mala Stotra. And in the Mukunda Mala Stotra, Maharaj Kulashekara says, Krishnam namadvam sada. Namadvam. Offer your obeisances to Krishnam, to Lord Krishna. Sada, always. Not once or twice. Always. Krishnam namadvam sada. And then in the Bhagavatam we see great personalities offering obeisances to the Lord. Lord Brahma says, Natosmi anantaya duranta shaktaye. He offered obeisances to Lord Narasimha Deva in this way. Natosmi, Lord Brahma is saying, Nata asmi, I bow down in front of you, O Lord Narasimha Deva, because you are anantaya duranta shaktaye. You are anantaya, you are unlimited, and you are duranta shaktaye. Your potencies are unending. There is no end to your potencies. Duranta shaktaye. I offer my obeisances unto you. And then, again, another beautiful verse from Mukundamala Stotra. This is a very interesting verse. Majjanmanaha phalam idam madhukaita bhare. Mat prarthaniya mad anugraha yesha eva. Tvad bhritya bhritya paricharaka bhritya bhritya. Bhrityasya bhritya itimam smara lokanatha. So in this verse, the word bhritya is used how many times? 5 times. Bhritya means servant. I am your servant, O Lord. He says, O enemy of Madhu and Kaithabha, O Lord of the universe, the perfection of my life and the most cherished mercy you could show me would be for you to consider me the servant of 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 your servant. So what is the greatest mercy, my Lord, that you can consider, you can bestow upon me? If you can consider me as Tava Bhritya Bhritya, as the servant of your servant. That means not only we should offer obeisances to the Supreme Lord, Krishna, we should also offer obeisances to the devotees of Krishna. That is the meaning of this prayer. Now, Bhagavatam 2nd canto, there is a very beautiful verse. We all, we all, many times we want to present ourselves very nicely in front of others. We decorate our face, and people have many kinds of hairstyle, right, to please, to look attractive and all of that. So Bhagavatam says, Bhara param patta kirita jushtam apyuttamangam na namen mukundam. Uttamanga. This head is called Uttamanga, the best among the limbs in the body. But Bhagavatam is saying this Uttamanga is Bharaha. It is simply a burden on the body, on the shoulders. If Nanamain Mukundam, if the head does not bow down in front of Mukunda, the bestower of Mukti, then this head is only a burden on the shoulders, on the body. Prabhupada translates this verse. The upper portion of the body, though crowned with a silk turban, silk turban we may be wearing, peta we may be wearing, but then the upper portion of the body, though crowned with a silk turban, is only a heavy burden if not bowed down before the personality of Godhead who can award mukti. So for the body, the head is only a burden, heavy burden, if it is not bowing down in front of Mukunda. That means how important Bhagavatam is saying the process of bowing down before the Lord. Isn't it? Even in our morning sadhana program, the whole process is about bowing down only. When we sing the Guru Ashtaka, at the end of each line we say, Vande Guru Shri Charanara Vindam. 8 times we say, I offer my respectful obeisances at the lotus feet of the spiritual master. Vande. Vande means Vandana, bowing down, offering obeisances. And then, when we offer Tulasi Pranama Mantra, Vrindaye Tulasi Devyaye Priyaye Keshavasya Vishnu Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavatyai Namo Namaha. Again and again I offer obeisances to Tulsi Maharani. And then Guru Vandana. Vandana itself means offering obeisances. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Bando Mui Savadhana Mate. Bando means I offer my obeisances at the lotus feet of my spiritual master. See, everywhere it is offering obeisances. Many times we do it in a ritual way. Many years we have been singing the same song. And if we have not made an attempt to understand the meaning of these verses which we are singing and trying to get into that mood, our process becomes ritual, mechanical. Yes, I know this song. Yes, I can sing the song. Yes, I know now what to do. When I should offer Dandavat, I should know. When everybody is offering, I will also offer. And yes, that's good. We should see other devotees and offer obeisances. But then, what should be our mood? Now I am offering obeisances to the Supreme Lord. And when I offer obeisances to the Supreme Lord, the Lord will be pleased. Now I am offering obeisances to Tulsi Maharani. She is an exalted devotee of the Lord. By her blessings, I can advance in bhakti. This mood, this consciousness we have to cultivate. Because our process is Krishna consciousness. It is not simply Krishna worship, or it is not simply Krishna related rituals. It is actually Krishna consciousness. We have to develop this consciousness. I have to become the servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord. Therefore, my spiritual master has ordered me to offer obeisances to all these great personalities who are devotees of the Lord and to the Supreme Lord. By offering obeisances, I am practicing how to surrender to the Lord. So, offering obeisances is a practical way to practice surrendering to the Lord. It is surrendering to the Lord. That is our process. Srila Prabhupada gives many instructions about this offering obeisances. Let us see some of those instructions. Prabhupada is saying, you are bowing down to everyone. You are bowing down to death. You are bowing down to disease. You are bowing down to old age. You are bowing down to so many things. You are forced. And still you are thinking, I cannot bow down, I don't like. Because you are saying, I don't like, therefore you are being forced. You have to bow down. Why you forget your position? That is our disease. Therefore, the next process is that I am being forced to bow down. Now we have to find out, where shall I be happy even by bowing down? That is Krishna. Your bowing down will not be stopped because you are meant for that. But if you bow down to Krishna and Krishna's representative, you become happy. Test this. You have to bow down. If you don't bow down to Krishna and his representative, then you will be forced to bow down something else, Maya. That is your position. You cannot be free at any moment. Just like a child is 24 hours bowing down to his parents. He is happy. He is happy. Mother says, my dear child, please come down. Sit down here. Yes, he is happy. This is the nature. Simply you have to seek out where you have to bow down. That's all. That is Krishna. You cannot stop your bowing down, but you have to see where you have to bow down. That's all. If you artificially think that I'm not going to bow down anyone, I'm independent, then you suffer. Simply you have to seek out the proper place where you have to bow down. So Prabhupada is saying this in a lecture, September 30, 1968, Seattle. So Prabhupada is saying, we are forced to bow down. When old age comes, we are forced to bow down. Isn't it? When diseases come, ailments come, we are forced to bow down. We cannot say, no, I am a great person, I cannot bow down. I will not accept this. No. Our position is that we are subordinate. That is our position. So instead of bowing down forcefully to the dictations of Maya, why don't you bow down to Krishna? Prabhupada is saying, if you are intelligent, you will find out, anyway I have to bow down, let me find out whom to bow down so that even that bowing down gives me happiness. That is intelligence. And Prabhupada is saying that is to Krishna and his representatives. If you bow down, you will be happy. Right? In the 4th canto of Bhagavatam, in one of the purports, Prabhupada is saying, some of the Goswamis, like Raghunath Das Goswami, were also chanting very rigidly and also offering obeisances very rigidly. As stated in Srinivasa Acharya's prayer to the 6 Goswamis, Shat Goswami Ashtaka, Sankhya Purvaka Namagana Natibihi Kalavasani Krutau. The word Sankhya Purvaka means maintaining a numerical strength. Not only was Raghunath Das Goswami chanting the holy name of the Lord, but he was also offering obeisances in the same prolific numbers. So the Goswamis of Vrindavan, they have set a gold standard for devotional service for all of us. So the Goswamis of Vrindavan, as it is mentioned in this Shat Goswami Ashtaka, Sankhya Purvaka Nama Gana Natibihi Kalavasani Krutau. Every day, the Goswamis of Vrindavan, they would chant a fixed number of times the holy names of the Lord. Not only that, they had taken a rigid vow of offering a fixed number of obeisances to the Lord, to the Dham, and to the devotees of the Lord. Every day, fixed number of times they would bow down. Now this is called sadhana bhakti. Even though the Goswamis of Vrindavan, they are exalted personalities, they are constantly seeing Radha Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan, but they are teaching us an example through their personal behavior that we must follow the discipline. Every day a fixed number of times chanting the holy names, and every day fixed number of times offering obeisances, bowing down in front of the Lord and his devotees. So bowing down is so important. In Nectar of Devotion, while explaining the different angas of bhakti, Srila Rupa Goswami talks about the process of bowing down in front of the deity. Srila Prabhupada writes in the chapter 9 of Nectar of Devotion, Prabhupada says, in the Naradiya Purana, there is a statement about bowing down and offering respect to the deity. It is said there, a person who has performed a great ritualistic sacrifice and a person who has simply offered his respectful obeisances by bowing down before the Lord cannot be held as equals. That means if you compare two persons, one person has performed so many yajnas, Ashwamedha yajna, Rajasuya yajna, so many kinds of yajnas, rituals and ceremonies recommended in the Vedas, rituals he has performed. On the other hand, there is a devotee who has not performed any of those rituals, but he simply bows down in front of the deity of Krishna in the temple. Simply he bows down. So, Naradiya Purana is saying, both of them are not equal. They are not on the same platform. What is that? Let us see. Prabhupada explains. The person who has executed many great sacrifices will attain the result of his pious activities. But when such results are finished, he has to take birth again on the earthly planet. That means he has not become freed from the cycle of birth and death. The first person who has performed so many yajnas, rituals and all of that, he does not become free. Once his punya karma balance is over, again he has to take birth, again he has to get into the cycle of birth and death. What about the other person, the devotee who has offered obeisances to the Lord? Prabhupada says, whereas the person who has once offered respects bowing down before the deity will not again come back to this world because he will go directly to the abode of Krishna. Simply by offering obeisances, bowing down in front of the deity of Krishna, one can actually go back to Krishna. That is why the Brihan Naradiya Purana is saying both of them are not equal. Simply performing rituals, you may only get punya, but you are still stuck in the cycle of birth and death. But wholeheartedly, once with full Krishna consciousness, if one offers obeisances to the Lord, then immediately, he attracts the attention of the Lord and he makes progress. He goes back to the spiritual world. So important is bowing down in front of the Lord. Prabhupada, from day one, when Prabhupada went to the West and started the Krishna consciousness movement, Prabhupada was training the Americans, the young boys and girls who were coming to him in all these aspects of Krishna consciousness, especially bowing down in front of the spiritual master. Now, this kind of a culture is unknown in the West. And it was so difficult for some of the devotees. So, a devotee, Brahmananda Swami, he recollects the initial days when Prabhupada was preaching in New York, 26 2nd Avenue. Brahmananda Swami says, when the Swami walked into the storefront to give class, everyone bowed down. So by that time, it was a norm. When Prabhupada comes in, everyone has to bow down. And I started bowing down too. Garga Muni was the only one who wouldn't. He was another devotee. He would not bow down. He would just sit there, straight. He would sit there. This went on for some time. And Garga Muni felt a little self-conscious about it. Generally, we feel self-conscious in a group. When everybody is doing one thing and I am not doing it, then we feel we are odd man out. So this devotee felt a similar thing. After class, one day, Prabhupada would ask for questions. And on one occasion, Garga Muni said, so after the class, Prabhupada said, do you have any questions? And Garga Muni raised his hand and said, yes, I have a question. He said, when you come into the room, everyone bows down, but I don't feel like bowing down. So I am not going to do it because it would be artificial. I am asking if this is all right. Garga Muni is asking. Everybody is bowing down, but I don't feel like. Sometimes people say, no, when I feel from the heart, I will do Prabhu. Isn't it? When I feel from my heart, it should come from my heart, then I will do Prabhu, we say. Isn't it? So a similar devotee. So he's asking in a very humble way. I'm just asking, is that all right? Is that okay if I don't bow down? When I get full heart, that time I will bow down. Is that okay, Prabhupada? So Prabhupada replied. Prabhupada said, you should bow down. By bowing down, the feeling will come. Prabhupada said, you may not have the feeling now, immediately, but you keep bowing down in front of the spiritual master, gradually that feeling will come. So, this was a very nice instruction that Srila Prabhupada gave. So that means, we are all in a diseased condition. The very fact that we are in the material world, we have no taste for Krishna consciousness, we have no taste for bhakti, for serving the Lord and His devotees. But by agreeing to follow the instructions of the spiritual master, one day we will come to a stage where we develop suitable feelings. But till then we should not wait. I will wait for that one day when all feelings will come. No, this is called sadhana. We should continue to practice. We should take up this as a tapasya, and we should practice this because Prabhupada is telling, we should do it. Because the scriptures are telling, we should do. Because Krishna personally is telling, so we should follow. And then we will be able to make advancement. So what are the effects of offering obeisances to the Lord and His pure devotees? There are many important, interesting effects, results of offering obeisances to the Lord. There is one such incident described in the Valmiki Ramayana. So in the Ramayana, in the Kishkinda Kanda, there is one interesting episode. Lord Ramachandra and his brother Lakshmana, they are looking for Mother Sita in the forest. And they meet Shabari. And Shabari tells them, if you go and make friendship with Sugriva, then your work will be done. He will help you with his Vanara Sena to find out Mother Sita. So Rama and Lakshmana, they come to the Rishyamukha Parvata in Kishkinda, where Sugriva along with his supporters, Hanuman and others, they were all present. And Hanumanji meets Rama and Lakshmana. And after knowing that he is the Lord, and he is not, Sugriva's initial concern was, maybe Vali has sent these two people. They look very strong and stout, but they are dressed as rishis, sages. So there may be some problem with this. Vali might have sent, he thought like that. Therefore he sent Hanuman. And Hanuman spoke in a very nice way and understood, oh, these are not from Vali's side. These are my lords. Hanuman understood and brought them respectfully to Sugriva's place and introduced them to Sugriva. So Sugriva, understanding that this is Lord Ramachandra, the son of Maharaj Dashratha, who has appeared in the Ikshvaku dynasty. He's not an ordinary person. So immediately, Sugriva arranged for an asana for Lord Ramachandra to sit. So Lord Ramachandra sat down, but he did not care to, honor Lakshmana. He did not offer any sitting place for Lakshmana. This was noted by Lord Rama. And Hanumanji, who was there, he understood, oh, the Sugriva does not know. So immediately Hanuman brought one more seat and offered to Lakshmana. And Lakshmana sat down. This incident was noted by Lord Rama. And after some days, Sugriva and Lord Ramachandra in front of Agni Sakshi, they vow to help each other. And then Lord Ramachandra promises Sugriva that I shall kill Vali. So you go and now challenge your brother Vali. So Sugriva goes with his gada. Actually, Sugriva was he was not as strong as Vali. But now he has got Rama Bala with him. He has got Rama's strength with him. So he goes and, he challenges Vali for a duel, for a fight. Vali is also surprised, But Vali comes. And then there is a fight between the two brothers. And Vali beats up Sugriva, blue and black. Beats up nicely. And Vali goes into his palace. Sugriva is fallen there, full of bruises all over his body. All his bodies are trembling, shaking. He's full of pain. So Rama comes. So Sugriva says, "What is this, Rama? Is this the way you are keeping up your friendship vow? You told you will protect me. You have not protected me." Then Ramachandra says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Both of you are looking same. If I shoot an arrow, I was fearing that the arrow might pierce you and kill you. Both of you were looking same. There is no distinguishing mark between both of you. How do I distinguish?" That was the external reason that Rama gave. I could not shoot an arrow because both of you are looking alike. But the Acharyas explain the internal reason. What is the internal reason? That day, Sugriva had not bowed down to Lakshmana. He had not offered a suitable sitting place, respect for Lakshmana. Lakshmana is an exalted devotee of the Lord. So, therefore, there is an offense, Vaishnava Aparadha, committed by Sugriva. Now, the Lord wanted to teach him a lesson. And also, the Lord wanted to make sure that Sugriva counters that Vaishnava Aparadha. How? So Ramachandra said, "See, both of you, you're looking same. So there should be some distinguishing mark on your body which will help me to identify you." He said, "Lakshmana, please bring one garland and offer to Sugriva." So to receive the garland, Sugriva had to bow down in front of Lakshmana. You have to bow down to receive a garland. And in that way, Lord Ramachandra arranged for a situation where Sugriva bow downs to Lakshmana and his offense against Lakshmana will be countered. And in this way, after that he received the mala. Ramachandra said, "Now yes, you go. Jayamala has come for you. Blessings of Lakshmana has come for you. Now you will be Vijayi. You will be victorious." And then we know how Lord Ramachandra shot an arrow at Vali and killed him. So this is an important incident. In fact, the whole Ramayana is about Sharanagati, about surrender. And here there is one incident where Lord Ramachandra is teaching us it's not only important to bow down in front of the Lord, it is more important to bow down in front of the pure devotees of the Lord. Every day in the morning we chant this prayer. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Namo namaha. Again and again I offer my respectful obeisances to all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. Why do we chant this and bow down? To counter the offenses against the devotees which we might have committed unknowingly. Unknowingly, while dealing with devotees, we might have said something offensively, spoken or done something. To counter that, we chant the Vaishnava Pranama mantra and bow down in front of all the devotees. But knowingly, if one commits an offense, one should duly go to that devotee and bow down and seek forgiveness of that devotee. So bowing down in front of the devotee counters offenses. Bowing down in front of the Lord and his devotees counters our offenses. That is the first effect. The second effect is, when you bow down in front of the Lord, it attracts the Lord's affectionate attention. There is one such incident in the 7th canto of Bhagavatam. When all the devatas could not pacify Lord Narasimha Deva, then Lord Brahma tells, "My dear boy Prahalada, you please go and pacify the Lord." At that time, the small 5-year-old boy Prahalada goes, bows down in front of Lord Narasimha, touches his head at the lotus feet of Narasimha Deva. And you know what happens because of that? Lord Narasimha Deva becomes filled with ecstasy. Generally we hear devotees become ecstatic upon seeing the Lord or upon chanting the Lord's holy names. We see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu becoming ecstatic. In Alarnath near Jagannath Puri, when we go there, we see the pujaris there will show us a big stone block upon which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had fallen down and offered obeisances to the deity of Alarnath. And his love, prema, was so intense and ecstatic that even the stone melted. We see that imprints of the Lord's body on the stone. So, devotees are offering obeisances to the Lord and they are expressing ecstasy. That is understandable. But here, when Prahlad Maharaj is offering obeisances to Narasimha Deva is becoming ecstatic. So it is said here, when Lord Narasimha Deva saw the small boy Prahlad Maharaj prostrated at the soles of his lotus feet, the Lord became most ecstatic in affection toward his devotee. Raising Prahlada, the Lord placed his lotus hand upon the boy's head, because his head is always ready to create fearlessness in all of his devotees. So what did Lord Narasimha feel? He felt ecstatic out of affection for his devotee. That means we should know that offering obeisances is not a one-way traffic. Only I am offering obeisance. I don't know whether the Lord is receiving the obeisances or not, whether Srila Prabhupada is receiving the obeisances or not. No. The Lord and Srila Prabhupada, they will reciprocate to our obeisances, provided it is filled with the right feelings of love and devotion. And in the beginning, even if we don't have the right feelings, as Prabhupada said, Prabhupada instructed Gargamuni, yes, you offer obeisances and feeling will come gradually. So the second effect of offering obeisances to the Lord is it attracts the Lord's affectionate attention. We are seeking the Lord's attention. Oh Lord, I am here. Please cast your merciful glance upon me. That is a way to seek the Lord's attention. And the third effect is, very nicely it is mentioned by Shukadev Goswami in the 8th canto of Bhagavatam, Gajendra's prayers. So, Narayana Akhila Guru Bhagavan Namaste. Gajendra, what did he say? Narayana Akhila Guru, O Lord of the entire existence. Bhagavan, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, Namaste. I offer my respectful obeisances like this. He said in this way, and Gajendra surrendered to the Supreme Lord. And what happened because of that? Immediately the Lord appeared on his Garuda, and the Lord with his Sudarshana Chakra cut off the crocodile who was holding on to Gajendra's foot. And immediately Gajendra was rescued from the danger. That means simply by offering obeisances to the Lord, we can actually receive the protection of the Lord. We receive the protection of the Lord. So, offering obeisances counters our offenses. Example of Vali, Sugriva and Lakshmana. Offering obeisances attracts the Lord's affectionate attention. Example of Prahlad Maharaj offering obeisance to Lord Narasimha. Offering obeisances will also give us the protection, merciful protection of the Lord. So therefore we must offer obeisances to the Lord and his devotees. So there's one incident, one Srila Prabhupada Leela I will share before we close. Yes, we should offer obeisances to the Lord. But then there is one interesting Leela that Prabhupada is saying. In fact, Prabhupada said, if you see on a particular day, you see your spiritual master 100 times, each time you should offer obeisances. 100 obeisances you should offer. You might have seen devotees, as soon as the devotees enter the main temple hall, they offer obeisances. When they are going out of the main temple hall, they offer obeisances. That means in a day, let's say a devotee has to come and go some 25, 30 times. 25, 30 opportunities to offer, to bow down in front of the Lord. Isn't it? Prabhupada also said, there are many people, general public coming to our temple. They may not have the understanding of Krishna consciousness, but they bow down in front of the Lord. So Prabhupada says, the spiritual master creates opportunities for the living entities to accumulate Ajnata Sukruti. This is called Ajnata Sukruti. Unknowingly performing an act of devotional service by which they will progress in spiritual life. So, the deities in the temple, the spiritual master, Prabhupada has established so many temples all over the world. It's an opportunity for even a layman to walk in, bow down in front of the Lord, and in that way accumulate devotional credits and make progress. So there's one interesting incident. One devotee, Chaturatma Dasa, he recollects. Srila Prabhupada would come out every morning from his apartment with his servant and his secretary and his translator. And then I had the good fortune to put a garland on Prabhupada's neck 4 mornings in a row. Prabhupada would come forward, I would put the garland, he would say, Hare Krishna, thank you. And we would offer our obeisances. On this particular morning, it had rained slightly the night time, and in the morning it was not really raining. Maybe there was still misty drizzle, not very much. But there were puddles on the ground, puddles of water, there and here water. So when Prabhupada came out and we put the garland on, we offered our obeisance. We started to offer our obeisances. Then Prabhupada stopped us. He said, no, not in the water. Because if you get down in the water, you would become sick. And then your service to Krishna would be hampered. The devotee continues. Now to me this made a great impact because Srila Prabhupada commonly spoke about the fact that his disciples, if they come in and out of his room 100 times, they would offer obeisances 100 times. And of course, Srila Prabhupada is the spiritual master of the entire universe, completely qualified to be worshipped to the highest level by the highest level of demigods. But here, we were just simple disciples, not very qualified persons. And we were going to offer our obeisances. He stopped. He said, no, your health is more important than my worship. So that made a very profound impact on me. What Prabhupada said and took the time to be concerned about us. It showed that he was not only our true spiritual master because he was seeking no praise for himself, but he was our true father and he was looking up for our well-being. That always made an impact on me. So how Srila Prabhupada, when disciples were offering obeisances in the water, yes, the disciple should be determined to follow the instructions of the spiritual master. Whether it is water or whatever it is, we should offer obeisances. But Prabhupada is so concerned. Prabhupada is saying, if you will fall sick and your sadhana, your service will get affected, so there is no need to offer obeisance. But we should offer obeisances to the spiritual master, to the Lord at all times. So, these were some of the important instructions of Prabhupada, some interesting anecdotes from Prabhupada's life concerning about offering obeisances. So the next time when we offer obeisances to the Lord, let us be mindful of these instructions. What is our consciousness when we say namah? I am nothing, I have nothing belongs to me. Oh Lord, everything belongs to you. I am surrendering to you. This should be the mood. And the act of offering dandavat pranam, the namaskara, the obeisances, it's an act of attracting the affection of the Lord, the act of surrendering to the Lord, and this pleases the Lord and Srila Prabhupada very much. And we shall see here how the great King Maharaj Parikshit he actually offered obeisances to Shukadev Goswami. And after that, Shukadev Goswami sat on an exalted seat. And then what happens afterwards? He starts instructing Maharaj Parikshit in the subject of Bhagavatam. All that we shall see in the coming verses. So we shall close here. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Vishwa Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.